Hi guys, Bimo here, or the Boycott Genshin guy as a lot of people want to call me, because some people don't understand the joke. But anyway, I am back. It's been a minute and I'm extremely tired, but with Genshin 4.6 literally around the corner, I think releasing in 12 hours, I wanted to talk about it. And I'm going to give you my brutally honest truth about Genshin 4.6. Now, on the internet, I understand it's very easy to get views saying Genshin is absolutely trash, it is abysmal, Genshin should go down a pit, or this is amazing and you're just complaining for no reason. I don't agree with either of these points. It's somewhere in the middle. It's a lot more nuanced. However, I know that's pretty boring, but I'm gonna have to bore you right here. I have a lot to say and a lot to catch up on. Now, a lot of you guys know I stopped making Genshin content, specifically playing the game, because I didn't really want to support Hoyoverses and the practices anymore. I've taken my time apart from Genshin. I did my journey of self-discovery in the gacha space, and I played a lot of different games. I played Honkai Star Rail a lot, which played AFK Journey. They sponsored me for a bit, and I actually enjoyed the game. I played PGR, absolutely love PGR. But do you know what? I quit Genshin for 30 days, actually more than 30 days. I do have a video talking about my experience quitting Genshin and my genuine thoughts about how that has helped me and whatnot. But I came back to it, and I was fully ready to leave Genshin. I had the Boycott Genshin story arc, and I was super passionate about that because after looking into things and after speaking to a lot of people, I genuinely did believe that Genshin was a cash cow for Hoyoverse. I do believe this. However, I still do enjoy the game, but I'm no longer going to spend, and my banner is going to represent this. I think Hoyoverse can pull their stuff together, but they don't want to. But I do enjoy the game, so I'm going to make content about it, but I will always remind people to reevaluate what's going on and don't just fall for some of the stuff that Hoyoverse tries to do, which is pretty much always going to get me in Hoyoverse's bad books, and will assure you guys I'm telling the truth because it's impossible for me to get sponsored by Hoyoverse. So, let's get into it. 4.6 is kind of like a dead patch, because there's a few things I'm excited for. Now, the main attraction of 4.6 is, of course, the characters, or character in this case, because this patch is being carried by El Cappuccino. That's not how you say her name, but that's what I'm gonna say because I really want a cappuccino right now because I am very tired. Still, I know what people are gonna say, characters aren't content, and yes, I agree, but it is still pretty hype, okay? She's a character we've seen for a long time, and she's finally getting playable, and from the very little I've seen and done research on, because I've just been so busy with my university work, I've been away from all the latest Genshin developments, etc. She does look extremely fun to play, but I do have a problem with her. I've heard like rumors and stuff saying she's gonna power creep Hu Tao or whatever. Her kit does look extremely fun. I won't lie, don't know what the hell is going on when I watch people play that. Hu Tao's pretty simple. You do that dash attack and you call it a day. With El Cappuccino here, it's a different story. I appreciate the more advancements in, individual characters' kits. It is a bit overcomplicated, but that might just because I'm kind of stupid. But I appreciate it, but I know a lot of people are gonna cry power creep. Personally, I don't care about power creep. I will always play the characters I want to play. That will never ever change in my book, because I suck at this game and I don't hide it. I like playing the game for fun. I don't care if you can beat a boss in 20 seconds as opposed to 50. It is what it is. Banners. Banner 1, we have El Cappuccino and Lyney. I don't care about Lyney, and the 4 stars. They're interesting. We got Lynette, we got Xiangling, and we got Freminute. Xiangling's a pretty solid character that people always want to invest in, so that's pretty good. Lynette, I don't really care about, and Freminute, I already have Chungus, so he can just leave, okay? So, weapons. The weapon is kind of the reason I don't like El Cappuccino too much, and will probably be skipping. That doesn't make sense. Why would I skip a character because of a weapon? Well, because I'm not 100% an expert on this, so I'm not gonna try to fact check everything because I just don't have the time and all the details. But I'm pretty sure that her weapon skin changes if you have a signature weapon. For me, I don't like that. It feels a bit scummy. It's like trying to pressure people into trying to pull for her signature weapon. People are already somewhat pressured to pulling for signature weapons. It's not too much of an issue, but just for stylistic purposes, sometimes people want to do that. But now, I won't lie, even I want to pull for El Cappuccino, just because of the sweet weapon design where she changes into a scythe. I don't know, maybe some people are okay with it, but me personally, I'm not a fan. That means you have to pull on El Cappuccino here and on her weapon, and we all know the weapon ban is a scam, so I don't really want to spend all those primos falling for Hoyoverse's scam. I'm sorry, it's a bit harsh, but that's just how it is. I'm sure she'll be fun to play. But with the current lineup going on, with the character that I really like coming into phase 2, which is the Wanderer with his weapon, I am more likely to gamble away my life savings for the Wanderer's weapon. Except I am no longer spending in Genshin, so gambling away my very slowly growing amount of Primo Gems. Since I've stopped spending on the Welkin and the Battle Pass, I've learned how long it takes to get wishes and pulls when you are completely free to play. I don't spend too often. I spend very little just because it's easier to get characters so I can make more videos. But now I have to be very smart about this because 4.6 El Cappuccino Wanderer, I could get Wanderer to C2, but I think that's a bit stupid. I really want his weapon because my absolute favorite character in this game is Haizhao. So his weapon is great for the Wanderer, and Haizhao, my favorite character in the game. So I'm going to pull for that, all well knowing it's a scam. I think I have about 150 Primo Gems on my account, and it's going to be painful. So we will have to wait and see. I'm going to save the entire time in 4.6 and pull on the very last day. Hopefully, I will do that on stream when I have time to go back to streaming. It ends about the beginning of June. I'm hoping my life will be back to normal by then, where we can go back to doing live streams. That will be fun. But in the meantime, let's talk about the events. Now, the events, pretty boring. I don't like these events, but of course, Windtrace. Windtrace is amazing. That's an exception here. Windtrace is pretty fun, except they always take it away from us, so you have FOMO. I don't like that, but you know, it works from a business point of view. People are going to come back just for Windtrace, you know, prop hunt in Genshin. It's always fun, and you always have limited time to play it, so you feel like you want more. I mean, it works, so they are, I guess, smart for that one, but you know, you gotta call them out for that. But the one thing I do have to say, which I don't know if people are talking about, is that they updated Windtrace, and it looks a bit more complicated. It looked a bit more in depth. Now, a lot of you guys are thinking, meh, they took over 1 year to add basic features to a minigame that we don't get to play. Now, I think this is important is because, I don't know if you guys remember, a long time ago, they talked about the idea about making some events or minigames permanent, but the issue they didn't is because they lack depth. Now, the progress they do in 1 year of development is abysmal. They don't need to be taking this long, especially now that we're going into like recycling old events. It's pretty mid. They gotta pull themselves together. Can't accept this. So, as much as I love Genshin, dude, they gotta fix up. They gotta fix up. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. I do know they're putting in the work. It just makes me question their business decisions. But at the end of the day, they're the billion-dollar company, and I am the student who has a lot of money in debt. So I can't say anything. But apart from Windtrace, the events don't look that exciting. You have the other combat event where you manage buffs, etc. It's pretty fun, but same old. However, what I'm hoping is that they flesh out Windtrace more and they get some positive reception, which may push them to actually make it a permanent event. I know that sounds unheard of for Hoyoverse, but if you guys remember when they said that, they're looking into making more events permanent, but the only reason they haven't is because they're not fleshed out yet. That's what I'm really hoping for. However, only time will tell. Does Hoyoverse listen to us? I wish they did. So we have a new region. It's alright. I don't know what it is, but it looks nice. Visually, it looks very nice. But the thing is, it's more of the same. This game expands very horizontally instead of like adding a lot of depth. They did have some decent quality of life features, which I do want to touch on, but you guys already know all of this stuff anyway. I just want to talk about my opinion on all of this. We have a new underwater area, which is again pretty nice, but again, I don't care about it. I'm just gonna tell you truthfully, it's not what I'm really going to be coming back to play 4.6. So we have a new weekly boss, the Knave, who is El Cappuccino. And presumably to get El Cappuccino's resources, you're going to have to fight her to get it. Pretty funny. That's probably going to happen, okay? I think it's a nice addition. But the thing is with Genshin, I feel like a lot of people are getting tired of the same system, which is essentially the problem with Genshin at the moment, a lack of innovation. But I do like the new boss that they added, the Statue of Marble and Brass. I love the design they have here. It's not something I think we've seen before in Genshin, so they get props in the design point of view. It's also something that I like visually. I don't think we've seen a boss too similar to this, because sometimes the bosses look a bit too similar to one another. But one thing I did notice is the animations look a bit funny, but maybe that was just me. Anyway, moving on, we got some new artifacts. Again, not too interested here. We got the story quest for El Cappuccino. It's going to be pretty good. I'm probably going to make a video on it. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. They've really been pushing Dalmatian Lady over here. So I'm interested to follow her story, especially since Hoyoverse made the insanely high quality short episode of El Cappuccino. That was insane to see. So are they trying to push sales for El Cappuccino? Of course, that's what they're trying to do. But, you know, I'm going to appreciate her character without trying to pull for the character, because I'm trying to save my Primogems for the Wanderer's signature weapon and potentially Chlorwind in 4.7. But I'm looking forward to the story quest. We'll probably make some content about that. And we also got Sino's story quest. Let's talk about the developer updates, because these are relatively interesting, because a lot of people don't want to give credit when Hoyoverse does improve some quality of life. I do have some things I want to discuss about that. They improved the treasure compass, meaning the treasure icons appear in the map and automatically be tracked, and will refresh after opening a chest. Really good, and I like to see it. It makes exploration a lot better, because finding chests and doing your exploration, quite frankly, can be a pain. Stuff like this is a welcome addition. So I'm glad to see they fixed that. Also, we have the focused mode for quests, which I think, and a lot of people were also saying that you're not going to have those annoying prerequisite quests, which is pretty cool, but it does make me confused, because I thought they were working on trying to make it easier to go through those prerequisite quests by adding the menu saying which quests you need to do in what order and stuff. I can't remember. It's a bit fuzzy. I haven't been doing my Genshin quest lately. The vibe I get with Genshin is that they keep slapping things on top. They're just trying to like pour a band-aid on the problem all the time. I don't know how they would revamp the quest system, so maybe from a technical point of view, this is the best thing they can do, and I do appreciate that. But the quest system in Genshin is abysmal. I do like the Honkai Star Rail thing that they did, where they have like a map system so you can see the timeline and stuff. It's so much easier to grasp what's going on. For me, I don't think I'll ever be able to appreciate Genshin Quest anymore, just because of the whole mess of the quest system and all the quests like interacting with each other weirdly and whatever. It's just, I'd rather just punch Hiller Trolls and have fun, okay? And we also had changes to the profile system, giving players new icons, apart from just characters. Pretty nice to see, and other smaller changes like to the map, etc., new map optimizations and such, and small co-op changes to names, and changes to the Serenity Teapot, and changes to the TCG. I know a lot of people brush up this Serenity Teapot and the TCG. However, lately I've been craving to play the TCG and give it another go, because I always hear updates about the TCG every patch or so and it gets brushed aside. So I'm actually interested to play that, preferably on stream, make some content about that. It will be fun, I think, to actually give that a go. But weirdly enough, that's what I'm looking forward to, playing the TCG again, since they are reliably adding more stuff to it. But I don't know if it's just more cards, but we'll see. I'm going to give a honest review on the TCG coming up soon to see what they've been cooking up this entire time. So why am I going back to play Genshin after I stopped playing? I don't really know, to be honest. I left my Genshin addiction at the door, but there's something that keeps bringing me back. I enjoy the game. There's something about it that other games don't hit. I went out and I went to play a lot of different games, like I said. Honkai Star Rail, AFK Journey, PGR, and hopefully Within Wave soon. So I've experienced a lot more different gacha games. By far, Genshin is one of the stingiest. However, I still enjoy it. I'm still going to be playing Genshin. I'm still going to be making content. However, I'm going to be as brutally honest and transparent as possible, trying to encourage the community to be in a healthier state, and the game as a whole, because I don't believe in toxic positivity, and I don't believe in doom posting all the time, which unfortunately it does look like I do a lot, because Hoyoverse really get on my nerves sometimes. I miss the game, and I want to come back to it. That's just how it is. I enjoy playing this game. I can't lie to myself. However, I will no longer be spending any money in the game, and I encourage you to do so. Not that I can tell you where and when to spend your money, it's just that don't feel pressured to spend in a game, because you know, there's a lot of content here to do, and sometimes you can feel a bit pressured to pull characters just because everyone else is pulling them around you. Don't feel pressured to do that, because play characters you like at the end of the day. I am probably, going to be honest with you, one of the worst Genshin players on the planet, but that's on purpose, because I like to play characters I actually enjoy. So I'm not interested in whether I can finish a boss in 20 seconds as opposed to 30 seconds. Sometimes I don't even kill the boss, but that's just a skill issue on my half. But I do want to highlight Genshin and Hoyoverse's weird behavior sometimes, and help you guys out as well. Boycott Genshin update, since it's my job now. We've been ignored from Hoyoverse. The Hoyoverse essentially shown what direction they want Genshin to go in, a more beginner-friendly, casual game. I'm really tired of the constant civil war between Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, both communities as bad as each other. I generally do not care. I know I can say some hot takes about the Honkai Star Rail community that will absolutely get people very angry at me, but I'm going to show some restraint and not say anything. I don't know why the community's gone this bad. It appears that people only go on XYZ livestream to find fuel to attack the other game. But at the end of the day, we're all gacha addicts playing mobile games because they're pretty fun, okay? I don't think there's any need to start attacking people over this stuff, okay? Play your game of choice and learn to shut up from time to time. Or not, you can do whatever you want. Here's the thing, I know I'm critical of Genshin. That's only because I really enjoy the game and I don't want to see it succeed. But I was very disappointed seeing the 4.5 livestream and the update with the user-generated content or the leaked potential of user-generated content, because it kind of sets the direction that they never cared too much about the endgame stuff or trying to make the battle system more in-depth and more to do long-term. They are adding quality of life, but I feel like a lot of long-term players want some simple fixes. Like in Honkai Star Rail, where you can see in what substat the artifact rolled in. That will make a massive difference for me personally, because I went back to working on my artifacts, and on God, it was so annoying and frustrating to see which one have I rolled in, etc, etc. Because when I come back, I do forget. It just looks like a mess of numbers. And some of this stuff seems like an easy fix, but they just won't do it, and that's the problem. They spend resources in places that presumably people aren't talking about. But hey, they probably know better, but for me, I can't accept it, because even from a business point of view, I've done some research on this, and yeah, the more years you play, the more likely you are to spend money on it. So why don't they try to fix some basic issues and put time there, especially when the company is as big as it is? I understand they're working on Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero and their new game, but it feels like Genshin is turning into a cash cow, and I don't like it, because I like Genshin. There's a lot of potential, but I think because Hoyoverse have so much money on the online space with creator contracts and sponsorships and stuff, people are not likely to criticize the game, as all the largest Genshin content creators are all sponsored, so they're not going to piss off Hoyoverse. I've probably already pissed off Hoyoverse enough, so you can always trust I will be transparent with you guys, because I don't think there's any coming back from the grave I dug with these guys, literally telling everyone to not spend on the game and boycott the game. I will always be honest with you guys, at least be transparent. That's what I tried to do. That's my little theory about why the game doesn't build on its depth, but that's not to say the game isn't fun, and it's pretty good. I've heard rumors of a new Spiral Abyss or something like that. It's just frustrating to see so many people get ignored. That is where it really rubs me the wrong way, because we all know they do see the commotion. I think it's pretty obvious. So I think Genshin had a bit of a low revenue recently, and it's been in a low point, and a lot of people, jump up and down, look at this, Genshin's failing, wow, look at this. If you can't tell that this happens on a cyclical basis, where, they push one game and then another game goes up and down, it's just going to happen more so when Zenless Zone Zero comes out, which is a game I'm very excited to play. It looks very fun, and I want to give it an honest go. A lot of people have already written off Zenless Zone Zero purely because of Weathering Waves, but I want to play both of them. I want to expand the more gacha games I play. To be honest, gacha games are pretty weird. They're like a completely different type of video game. For people that are very busy in life, it kind of gives a certain satisfaction knowing that you log in 10-15 minutes a day and you get a bit of progress. But my journey playing gacha games has been a very interesting one. I have a lot to say about gacha games as a whole, but I will save that for a different video, as I think I'm rambling and I'm very tired. So I don't know if the things I'm saying are going to be very easy to digest or coming across how I want them. So I'm gonna end this video here. Hope you guys all have a good day. I will be making more Genshin content coming up. Subscribe if you like or not, and I'll see you guys around. See ya.